the success of Nintendo's new hit IP, Splatoon, it's only natural the creators would want to expand into a franchise. While we don't know of any official plans yet, I mean the game did only release just last year, talk of a sequel has already begun, and fans can rest easy knowing it's more than likely to happen. But in order for a sequel to be worthy, there must be improvements over the original. As innovative as Splatoon was, there's a whole lot of room to grow, so we put together a list of 10 things Splatoon 2 needs in order to surpass its predecessor. Take a look. Number 1. Local multiplayer. Going toe-to-toe with gamers across the world is more than enough fun, but that doesn't mean players won't want to have an ink war with siblings or friends every once in a while. Battle Dojo is alright, but it's only 2 players, and isn't nearly as fun as the game's online modes. The sequel would greatly benefit from opening all game modes for local multiplayer, and allowing more than 2 players, even if it could only handle a maximum of 4. Splatoon is an upbeat, one-of-a-kind shooter, so who wouldn't want to share the experience with the people you care about most? Number 2, an expanded single-player mode. While it was fairly simple to beat and didn't have much variety, Splatoon's single-player mode was still entertaining and had a pretty epic final boss battle. However, there is clearly a lot of room to expand here. More depth to the story, a variety of worlds to explore, more named characters, the possibilities are endless. It'd also be nice to have the option of naming your Inkling. I'd love to be able to name him something that only I would think is funny, like Shizzle Snaps, or Yes. Number 3, more game modes. The current game modes are great, but again, there's a lot of room for the imaginative minds behind Splatoon to get even more creative here. Many have played the fan-made mode of hide and seek, but imagine an official mode for it in-game. Splatoon 2 could add a massive 8 against 8 mode, or a game mode where ink bombs are constantly raining down from the sky. Or crazier yet, why not add a mode where players are only allowed to use sub-weapons or an endless supply of specials? It's probably a good thing I'm not part of the sequel's creative team, but still, there are countless ways for the creators to shake up the gameplay. Number 4, online voice chat. Oftentimes a team's downfall is due to the inability to communicate with other team members. If you just could have told Patsy Sue she was swimming into a pool of krakens, you wouldn't have lost your winning streak. But Splatoon left out voice chat, and many fans were pretty bummed about that. It's understandable that parents might have been okay with its omission, but Splatoon 2 could at least add a security option if needed. That way parents could have the ability to toggle it on or off. I mean really, who wants your 8-year-old making friends with someone who talks like, "Oh, you dumb bitch! I totally had that, you son of a bitch, that shit, and you with a spaghetti after shitting or I'll with forever." Number 5, freedom to choose stages. Splatoon's 4-hour stage rotation wasn't a terrible idea. It was a unique way to keep things interesting, and it worked well while the game was still fresh. But it's not so interesting anymore when the past 3 times you've been able to play have coincidentally included your least favorite stages. Now that Splatoon has established a large fan base, it might be time to give the rotation up and maybe give players the ability to choose the stages, or at least choose between a new set every round. Number 6, refined rank mode. The inclusion of ranked mode heightened the stakes of playing Splatoon, but the ranking system was not quite as balanced as it could have been. For one thing, the amount of points lost from one match can be too jarring and quite discouraging. That might sound like a pretty salty statement, but I'm sure many players would agree, especially during matches with an unfair balance or sudden disconnections. Splatoon 2 could benefit not only from evening out their method of awarding points, but perhaps broaden the ranking system as well, using more letters than just A, B, and C. This way players could be given more time to learn and progress with others around the same skill level, and slow down the advance toward more proficient players. I believe it could be more rewarding and less catastrophic this way, but hey, maybe that's just me. Number 7, less lobby restrictions. Sitting around waiting in an online lobby can be frustrating, especially when you accidentally choose the wrong weapon or end up being disconnected after 6 whole minutes anyway. All the sequel needs to do to fix this is allow players to leave the lobby. Not only that, but give them the option to switch out weapons and clothing while waiting for others to join. This could prove to be an issue with Splatoon's rather small 4 against 4 setup, but they could at least allow players a brief time window to make these decisions. I mean, if Call of Duty can do it, Splatoon 2 can do it too. Try saying that 5 times fast. Number 8, polished controls. Splatoon might just be the only game on the Wii U that successfully took full advantage of the gamepad. The motion controls took some getting used to, but after a while became part of what made the game so engaging. I do believe, however, that there is room for the sequel to tweak the controls in order to have an even sharper response. I've grown a bit tired of constantly having to recalibrate the gamepad. The real question is, will the NX have a similar playing style as the Wii U does? Hopefully we'll find out soon. Number 9, Octolings. Rumors that Octolings would become playable swirled around the internet for quite some time. photos and articles created a rather enthusiastic buzz amongst fans, so reasonably they were bummed when the update never came. With all the demands, requests, for Octolings, it is likely the sequel will appease the player's thirst for these unique characters. If not as playable characters, then at least with some sort of separate mode devoted to them. And who knows, maybe Splatoon will introduce even more playable characters that we haven't even seen yet. Number 10. Respect for itself. What I mean by this is that the sequel should top the original in a buttload of ways, but it's important that the creators keep in mind the spirit of Splatoon while they work on the next one. It's essential that the sequel is handled with care, that the creators don't go so overboard that the game loses what made the original so likable. Nobody enjoys watching the future of a once beloved franchise get dragged through the dirt. So please, ladies and gentlemen behind the making of Splatoon, remember who you are. What did you think of our list? Do you also have your fingers crossed the sequel will hit all these points, or do you think there's something we've missed? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like or share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Erickson Gaming for more discussions, tournaments, contests, playthroughs, and much more video game content. Also, James and I just recently passed 2,000 subscribers. We can't tell you how grateful we are for your support, and the positive feedback we've received has been awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us, guys, and again, thanks for watching.